These fresh strawberries are now put into these containers. Yep, that's how you get the true and fresh flavor of frozen strawberries because they are the same as what to say. Straight from farms to your plate, they are packed and firmly sealed to lock the pulpy fruit inside the food-grade containers. Just check out that a large number of the cans. Secondly, they use some of the frozen strawberries to make that glittery, yummy strawberry jam. All these frozen berries are put into the carriers to take them to the next stop, which is to load them into a container to add further. As the strawberries are loaded now, it's turn to add further ingredients like sugar. They make sure the jam looks good, tastes good, and has the perfect texture. Once the handsome amount of sugar is poured, they need to control those figures and machine's capabilities by playing with some important buttons. Mixing, mixing, and more mixing. Everything is heated up in big pots or machines to make the strawberries blend and taste awesome. A special thing called pectin is added to make the jam just the right thickness. It's time to cook the material until it reaches its perfect texture, and that desired texture can be seen here. I think it's done. Yep, he's going to test the jam base to see if it's ready or needs to be cooked more. And yeah, it's good to go. Now the final process begins to churn the mixture to add a little more smoothness and to cool it side by side a little. Now it's like letting the flavors and textures settle and become best friends before they get packed into jars. And just wait, here we go. The whole warm jam base is ready. More close up, here it is, that creamy smooth flow of my favorite jam. It's driving me crazy, okay? Time to pour that base and lock it in the jars. For that, these empty and starving bottles arrive, first neatly organized properly. The jam is carefully poured into jars all by itself. This process is usually automated in factories, with machines making sure each jar gets the right amount of fruity goodness. Here we reach the sealing stage, where lots of lids are first picked in a proper style, which is beautifully conveyed to the roller coaster sort of belt, and finally to the sealing section where machines tightly seal the jars with lids. Okay, all those bottles are washed after being tightly sealed, so that whatever sweetness remains on the outer side of the jars will be bathed. Away we go. We're now in the sticker sections where the robots will conveniently wrap stickers around these bottles so you will easily identify it's factory sealed. And of course, read that chart before eating anything. It's a good habit though if you do. Well, I don't. Whereas there's another technique too to add the labels one by one. All the bottles are labeled from whatever company they belong to and then piled up in the containers for the final bulk packaging. Bye-bye jam bottles, don't forget my address and reach me. Soon these mini jam bottles are filled up with the same freshness of fruit pulp and flavor to enrich your taste buds. Are those little nasty jam packets, you know, the ones at restaurants tucked next to the bread basket, bursting with fruity sunshine in one tiny bite? They're more than just sugar bombs. They might be tiny, but they're full of flavors to serve as starters for every meal. Also, these bite-sized marbles help stop food waste and make sure every spoonful is just right. Jam's ready, talk about its best buddy, bread. If you want to know how satisfying and hygienic the bread-making process is, or still didn't notice our Coca-Cola's entire factory-making video,